in your discipline, in your practice, practice being aware, practice being present, and be aware of the presence in your own life. Be present to the life that is inside you. Now, very few people have been able to achieve this on their own. And to this, Guruji shows us how to achieve it. Guruji guides us by saying, Kadiye Shabad Sachi Taksal. Kadiye means to form or to create. Sachi Taksal. Taksal means a coin factory, a mint where gold coins are made. You'll notice that the word Taksal is mukta, it doesn't have an ankar, and it is combined with the word sachi, and so we understand that the reason it doesn't have an ankar is that it is a feminine word, which is why we don't say sacha taksal, it is sachi taksal. And that leaves the word shabad. And shabad is a similar word to amrit. Literally, the shabad meaning is sound or word. What it refers to is the word of creation, the creative force of the universe. It is the sound also known as Oankar, the divine utterance. We heard in Japji Sahib about Eko Kawao, Tiste Hoy Lakhtaryao. From the one utterance, hundreds of thousands of rivers began to flow. So this is that divine utterance from where all of creation emanates. And just as sound is never static, Shabad is also constantly alive and active. It is moving and it is always changing. Always new, always alive. Guru Amar Das Ji, the third Guru, says on Ang 1334, Eko Shabad, Eko Prabh Vartay, Sab ekas te utput chalay. One word, one divine prevailing everywhere. From oneness, all creation unfolds. So, Shabad is this idea of this creative energy, the sound, the vibration behind all matter, behind all existence. And in Gurbani, the word Shabad is synonymous with words like Hukam, Naam, Amrit. You see Gurbani using these words interchangeably. But why is it called Shabad? In common language, Shabad means words. The Hukam, the Amrit, the Naam, they are subtle, they are unheard. It becomes Shabad when that subtle essence is expressed through the words of enlightened beings. When they explain to us what this force is, then that quiet force becomes spoken out loud. So all the Guru's words is called Shabad because they contain the message of that creative force. Sometimes you even hear Gurbani calling it Anhad Shabad, unstruck sound. All sound is created by two things colliding together. If you think about instruments, a stringed instrument, a percussion instrument, they all require two things to make a noise. Even a simple clap requires you to use both your hands. If you think about wind instruments like the flute, they require the instrument and the air to blow through it. But this is a sound that comes from oneness. This is a sound that doesn't have two things to make that sound. This is why it is an unstruck sound, a sound that has always been there. Before two things were available to make the sound, this sound was always there in its quiet, subtle, suksham form. This Shabad exists now in all places and all spaces. It is everywhere. But it remains hidden from us until we're shown how to hear it and how to feel it with the help of the Guru's teachings. Kadiye Shabad Sachi Taksal. To mold with the word is the true mint. Let all the words of Japji Sahib mold you into a coin of permanent truth. Here Guruji has used the analogy of a coin. And there are several reasons for this. When a coin is complete, it has been stamped with the image and the name of a ruler or a king, the head of state. If we think about coins just being made of metals, then all the coins across the world would look the same if it wasn't for the imprint or the stamp or the name that it carries. This is how we identify what the currency is. Not by the coin, not by the color, but by the name that it carries, the image that is imprinted on it. And so a person who's been molded carries the name of their divine ruler. When you have been shaped into the final coin, then you carry the name of your king, that divine master. And the reason the Guru is the taksal, the coin factory, because the Guru is able to repeatedly do the same thing again and again to everyone who comes to the Guru. The Guru can perfectly mold you every time. So let's remember what we need to form this coin. The coin is formed with Jat, self-restraint, Tiraj, persistence and patience, Ehran Mat, an unwavering mindset, Ved, knowledge, Paw, fear, Tap Tao, discipline, Pao, Amrit, love and experience of divine nectar. So let all of these qualities mold you to become the perfect vision of the Guru's message. Kadiye Shabd Sachi Taksal. Jinko Nadar Karam Tinkar. Tinkar means these are the ones doing this action. Who are the ones who are doing this? Who are the ones who are living like this? Jinko Nadar Karam. To the ones to whom there is the glance of grace. These are their actions. Only they have such actions, such gar, which are described above in this verse, who have the grace. We started this verse by making a list of things that we knew were barriers and blockers to our spiritual development. These qualities, the things that you want to restrain in your life, we can only achieve them through the good fortune if it is in our destiny to receive that. So, think about what we pray for every day. What is your ardas every day? Instead of having an ardas for worldly things and material success, do a daily ardas for the qualities that you know will improve your spiritual journey. Jin ko nadar karam tin kar, nanak nadari nadar nihal. Nanak says, through the divine glance of grace, they are in euphoria. We saw a similar line being spoken in the last verse about Sachkhand. Sachkhand vasai nirankar, kar kar vekhe nadar nihal. And here Guruji is saying, Nanak nadari nadar nihal. So, we refer back to Sachkhand. That divine being resides in a state of permanent euphoric bliss. Sachkhand vasai nirankar, kar kar vekhe nadar nihal. The very being of oneness is in everything, and it is nihal, it is in euphoria. As we go through and experience our life with all the qualities that Guruji has listed above, the qualities of patience, of discipline, we can also connect with that euphoria. That nihal, that the divine being, that Nirankar is experiencing in Sachkhand, we can also experience that Sachkhand, that nihal. Towards the beginning of Japji Sahib, in the 4th verse, Guru Nanak Dev Ji asked the second question of Japji Sahib. After the question about hukam, Guru Nanak Dev Ji asked a question, Fer ke agge rakhiye jit disse darbar. What can be placed in front by which the royal court can be seen? Moho ke bolan boliye jit sun tare pyar. From the mouth, what sayings can be spoken, listening to which it may give us love? And the response was given, Amrit vela sachanao vadiyai vichar. In the ambrosial time, recite the unchanging name and contemplate on its greatness. Karmi ave kapda nadari mokh duar. By its grace, by the grace of Amrit Vela, by its grace, this robe of Amrit Vela is received. By its glance, the door of salvation, the Mokh Duar, is received. So Amrit Vela is the discipline. Notice the 2 times in Japji Sahib the word Amrit comes up. In the last verse, it's all about discipline. And in the first mention of it, it is about Amrit Vela. So Amrit Vela is the discipline being talked about here. This will lead to us finding that grace and finding that liberation's door. But in that 4th verse, how does Guru Nanak Dev Ji end? Nanak eve janiye sab ape satyar. Nanak says, by this Amrit Vela, it will come to be known that everything and everywhere is that true, unchanging truth. By doing this discipline, you will know that truth that is everywhere and in everything. So in that 4th verse, Guruji talked about Amrit Vela being the discipline. But now, in this final verse, Guruji is explaining how do we achieve this. What are the steps needed to achieve this nectar-like grace through the discipline of Amrit Vela, morning meditation. And in Amrit Vela, within the Sikh practice, Japji Sahib is the start of Amrit Vela. Japji Sahib is the solution, but Japji Sahib is also the method, the technique. So read it, recite it, contemplate on its meaning every day with loving discipline and loving awareness. When you read Japji Sahib, don't read it to complete Japji Sahib. Don't read it to get to the end. Read it as though the divine exists on every word. Read it as though every word is the divine talking to you, as though the divine is sitting on your tongue. That thing that you've been looking for has always been there. All you had to do was recite that Japji Sahib with clarity and with awareness. And while doing so, allow your mind to surrender its thoughts and to feel your presence. Your Amrit is there with you right now. Drink the Amrit of Naam whilst reciting Japji Sahib. Only then will grace bestow upon you, and you may become free from the shackles of your self-identity, and you may be able to merge in the celestial bliss of the divine. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.